Sign up today for a 7-day free trial at alerts.chartguys.com. Hey everyone, some late night crypto. It's only 7:30 p.m. Eastern, but it's late night for the video. Congrats, bulls. Altcoins are exploding, and it's reminding us a bit of back in 2017, just with some of what these altcoins are doing and the percentage moves that they're seeing. The biggest news for me today, or I should say the biggest move in the biggest chart, probably not what's on a ton of people's radar, but it's this Bitcoin dominance chart. This is a very significant technical development for me, and the reason is we had a monthly bull flag that is now a lot less likely. So we had our high, low of the pullback, attempted to continue in this monthly bull flag, and now we broke the low of 67.19. And while it has not seen a lot of bear follow through at this point, it is definitely notable to me. The weekly time frame had a base of support, we broke resistance, and then we dumped down and broke that support. So what I'm going to have to see for the Bitcoin bulls to try and regain themselves here is pretty much we have to go straight into a daily trend change, which is going to take a lot of work from these bulls. If that happens, then I would say, well, we broke monthly support with no follow through. Bulls are still maintaining long-term control. But if we see a weak daily bounce and a drop to a lower low, you're going to start seeing hashtag altcoin season all over social media, because these altcoins are going to continue to perform comparative to Bitcoin. So that is a notable development for me. That being said, Bitcoin looks great. So what that means is, if Bitcoin looks great, because of that chart that we just saw, that means altcoins look even better. So Bitcoin, I'm still in my position from the 7700s and no reason to exit. Still going to sit through a 4-hour high or low, which hasn't started forming yet, and very patient here on this longer term trade. It's easier for me to keep long-term conviction. If you've been watching me, you know I am not much of a swing trader, but knowing the long-term monthly equilibrium setup that we've been watching for is helping me keep conviction and keep that trade for a lot longer term. So every single day that we have like today, the odds that our monthly high or low has been set increase significantly. So congrats, bulls. Bitcoin looking just fine. We're up at the high of this move. We're looking up to 9,000 psychological, and the next major weekly resistance, 10,540. When we top out, bulls have plenty of space for a daily high or low to form. Ethereum, big breakout. We got real tight. 12-hour equilibrium broke bullish. Significant follow through. Weekly time frame. Let's not lose sight of the names like ETH and LTC, which again has our monthly high or low been set. Looks likely, but we need weekly trend changes. And don't lose sight that we are going to top out on this move sometime, likely in the next couple weeks, and have to form a weekly higher low and higher high to convincingly change this trend. For ETH, anything under the 190s is a weekly lower high. So big picture, there will be another opportunity, in my opinion, for a weekly higher low on a lot of these names. ETH BTC, very nice recovery from the lows. Weekly time frame here still has a lot of work to do, but we had a drop to a lower low with no bear follow through. Next major resistance we're looking at is 2182. That's still a ways away. Still have weekly exponential resistance, but definitely getting our attention after a day like today. Litecoin has been standing out as a beast. Huge follow through. Anything above 43.72 is a daily high or low. So again, the bulls are just fine. And I have some unpleasant memories of getting stopped out, looking for the monthly high or low on Litecoin, trying to hold it long term, and getting stopped out when the daily high or low was lost. And now seeing the price 50% higher. It's okay. It would have been a huge win for me if that position had held. I did still get some money with Bitcoin, so I'm okay, but definitely going to log that one in the memory banks as a lesson of a mistrade opportunity. And next time I'll just be more aggressive of getting back in and sticking to my longer term conviction. Because when that daily high or low was lost, I thought, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe our monthly high or low has not been set yet. And I will be interested in a Litecoin weekly high or low for the same reason. Anything under 66.19 is a weekly lower high, and we will need a convincing weekly trend change for this monthly move to have follow through. If all goes according to plan and we see best case scenario and we see an equilibrium we're going to be looking for another couple green months here, but it's not going to be a straight shot. Again, we will need those weekly trend changes for that to be the case as we eye the low 5-digit range for Bitcoin. So again, for everybody, we're watching the 4-hour uptrend, and bulls haven't even consolidated anytime recently. We'll just be looking for a 4-hour higher low and exponential support into tonight. LTC BTC. Big move on the weekly. 74.74 is the key resistance. This move is coming off the low. So if this LTC BTC chart and the USD chart can do the same thing with a weekly trend change sometime in, let's say late January, between late January and late February, pretty much the month of February, if we can see this weekly trend change on both pairings, that would be a great sign for the altcoin. Litecoin specifically, but if Litecoin's doing it, that likely means a bunch of altcoins are doing it. BSV. So, if you know me and you've been watching, you know I don't care about drama. I don't care about back and forth and this coin's better than this coin. I care about the opportunity to make money. And BSV is providing an opportunity to make money. That is all that I care about. Call me a sellout, call me whatever you want. That's why I'm playing this game of flashing numbers in cyberspace. It's to create financial independence. So if I have a vehicle that allows me to do that, it's worth paying attention to. And BSV, obviously, with a huge day, this is why we're comparing it, or why I made the comparison to 2017, because you don't see a 100% plus move in one day like this. Obviously, at this point, it is playing with fire. If you are very comfortable with your trading, then there is opportunity, as we have a clear hourly uptrend, but only if you are very comfortable with your trading, and I would not be using any kind of leverage that's going to get you blown up in your account. But look at this very simple pattern. High, low of the pullback, lower high, higher low, lower high, standard equilibrium, and as soon as 347 breaks, that's your bull signal, and we got tons of follow through. So there are ways that you can keep it low risk, low reward, or high reward. For example, if I entered on that 347 bull break, my stop would be 318, and that's a 10% risk, but obviously the reward far outweighs that amount of risk. So huge move. Shorts, if I were looking for a short on this play, I would want to see a loss of the hourly uptrend at a minimum personally. Bch Usd, also a huge move. So we went from 275 to 360 in one day. Curious what that percentage is. Big old 38% in one day. And we got Craig Wright notifies court Satoshi keys have arrived. So that's why we've got the headlines in BSV going here. But BCH, same thing, 4-hour uptrend easily intact at this point. Little bit of a double top up at 368 and 367, the current top of this move. And next resistance level is a long way away. We're getting over the 350s. That's a great sign. We're looking up to 400 psychological. Again, weekly time frame, huge move, but we have not changed the weekly trend. So you better believe there will be bulls looking to buy a weekly higher low when we do top out. Is the monthly higher low set? Certainly looks convincing for that to be the case. And if a name like BCH can break 517.75, that's going to increase the odds that we don't see monthly equilibriums and that names can break bullish. That's still a ways away, and we would need a couple coins to do it for me to start getting confident. Again, don't want to succumb to FOMO knowing that weekly trend changes are still needed on a lot of these names. There's great trading opportunity. We're in big bull markets, so that means the first 5-minute oversold conditions after a major bull move, the first hourly oversold, we've talked about it many times, those plays are definitely live. And one more note on Bitcoin, the best time to be buying Bitcoin recently have been bull breaks that get squashed by the bears and then buy that rejection. So what I mean by that, here's a few examples. Here's our bull break. There's the move getting squashed and bulls buying the dip to a higher high. Bull break, getting crushed, buying the dip to an eventual higher high. That has been the entry opportunity. Look at this again, V-shaped recovery. Bull break, straight into a dump. V-shaped, saved by the bulls. XRP, big time follow through from its 12-hour equilibrium bull break. 4-hour uptrend, easily intact. We'll be looking for that 4-hour higher low to form as soon as we break the pattern of a higher low every 4-hour candle. Weekly time frame, we're coming off the bottom, and I consider anything under 315 a lower high. So a lot further away from weekly resistance than some other names. But again, we're looking for weekly trend changes, and for some names, they'll be setting up for potential inverse head and shoulders patterns. My anti-FOMO is the weekly time frame and the required trend changes that will eventually have to take place. Binance is in full control of the bulls, high or low every day the last 5 days, 4-hour uptrend easily intact. Nobody's consolidating on the 4-hour time frame right now. Weekly resistance from here is 2180. So again, anything under 2180 is a lower high. And this move is coming off of the low. Monthly time frame, not much of a convincing bounce just yet. Link, bull break, daily high or low established. Ended up being a little bull flag at 215. Nice continuation. A little bit more consolidation than other names, trying to form that 4-hour high or low now. And resistance is 248. Weekly time frame, anything under 316 I would consider a lower high. But we did hold a base of support. This is actually a monthly high or low. And if we can get over 316, that's a monthly trend change. Otherwise, we're watching for a monthly equilibrium like most other names. Dash has been exploding. And this is due to some fundamentals. They have a new platform or something. I have not been following the fundamentals, but one of my buddies texted me about it. So the weekly time frame, exploding. We got to go somewhere with more price history. So Dash, that's a big old move. 4-hour time frame, haven't even started consolidating. Hourly, so it looks like this is all one big candle. A loss of the 5-minute uptrend means we'll look for hourly consolidation, potential short on the loss of the 5-minute uptrend. But an explosion for the bulls. XTZ USD, huge red flag. If your individual coin is not responding to the current market conditions, it's a red flag. So nothing going on XTZ, and you would have no idea that the altcoin and crypto space as a whole is doing very well. So takeaways. The bulls are out in full force. We're not going to succumb fully to FOMO. Are our monthlies higher lows set? Probably. That's what we've been looking for. But we know weekly higher lows will eventually be coming. Don't blow up your account getting too excited and trading on margin and over trading. And always have your stop levels. Execute those game plans that we've been working on. We had 7 months of downtime in order to prepare and practice and get good at our risk to reward ratios and putting in stop losses and being nice and meticulous about our orders. So it's important to remember all that right now and not just throw it out the window and try to do things on the fly of your pants, the seat of your pants, by the fly of your... I don't know the saying, but have a plan is the bottom line. Did Bitcoin get a higher high? Nope. So potentially watching for a 5-minute higher low compared to 87.08. And again, there is day trading opportunity again in this sector. Caution on some of the coins' lack of liquidity. I could see Dash itself was bouncing around $3 every little tick here. And enjoy it. Congrats to the bulls. Hope you have a great night. Don't forget to do some good things out there. And we'll continue to check on in to the space.
It's a party. It's a bird party.